is so far from the ground, but I'm not looking down. Feel the warmth of the breeze rushing over me. Now it's soaring high, reach and touch the sky. We can
tweeted.
Happy Friday, everyone!
Yay!
Yay!
Welcome. Oh, we have people here this week. Yay, viewers. We love you guys. Say hi in the chat. And happy Friday?
Hi!
It's Friday, right?
It is Friday. How do you know it's not Friday? Do you, what?
It's just I don't trust myself anymore. Like,
Okay.
it does feel like Friday, but I just don't trust myself anymore because every day is weirder than the last day.
Well, I can definitely tell you it's Friday.
How was your week? I feel like am I bigger than you? I need to lean back a little bit. There we go.
Bigger?
No. Yeah.
My week was great.
No, sit however you want. Be comfortable. Be
All right,
yourself.
I'm good. Okay. I'm
Do you have a
good.
coffee? You have a tea?
I do. I have coffee with my grandmother's duck mug that her friend made, homemade.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh,
It's my
it
favorite.
goes with your top.
I know. See, practice kindfulness.
I like
Everyone, take notes.
that. Positive message. I like that.
Positive.
So you had a good week, you were saying.
It was
Of course,
busy, but it
we
was
interrupted.
good.
Busy,
was
but
good. How about
So
you?
I was good. I have one bit of news to share before we bring up our guest. Let me see if I did this right. But I was briefed on here it is, Poly Studio E70. If anyone wants to check it out, I don't remember from the briefing what was NDA and what wasn't NDA, but this is up on their website, so that part is clearly not NDA. And I'm not going to go through all the specs on everything. One cool thing I like about it, it's got these. You see, it's got two cameras. The reason for that is, for meeting rooms, you want to have a camera that captures like everyone with the wide shot because everyone's sitting all over the place. But you want to have a camera that could zoom in on who's talking to get like how we're sitting. And those are different kind of cameras that are good at that. Trying to make one camera do both means one's going to not do a good job. So the bottom camera I think is really good at getting the wide shot, and the top camera is really good at getting that's why it's got the two cameras. And the software is going to decide what to do. But what Kelly wants me to show.
Yes.
you just can't. You just wait. I think it comes from nature because
It looks like a hammerhead shark in a good way.
In a good way.
In a good way.
And you follow nature. If it works for the shark, having all that extra space to get the sensors and stuff going, it kind of makes sense. But yeah, we were kind of cracking up about the shark. So are we ready to bring on our guest?
Yes, of course.
Thank you for being here. Bradford, where's my sound effects? Hold on.
Here I was, trying to be on my good behavior, not load up with all my sounds and all the little backgrounds, and we're starting with Shark Week.
Yeah, that's right. God, I used to love Shark Week when there was nothing on TV. Remember that? There's like 3 channels to be Shark Week.
When it was actually like, content and not like, ooh, maybe. It was actually scientifically valid, but I'm old and cranky.
It used to be good. Well, Bradford, can you introduce yourself for our guests?
Yes, please.
So hi, I'm Bradford Benn. You probably know me from all of my great disclaimers that have been lampooned by many people. I've been involved in the pro AV industry longer than I want to admit. I recently started my own consulting firm after some changes due to the pandemic. So I've tipped my foot out there, starting to do some design consulting and idea consulting. Uh, and I get to draw on everything. It sounds funny. I've been saying this is my final step to have done everything in AV, because I've been an integrator, I've been an end user, I've been a manufacturer. Now I can cross off consultant. So that's pretty much what's keeping me busy. Also, I've now been an accountant because, small business.
You have to do everything when you're a small business owner, right? You have to learn how to do everything. You're a website designer, you're an accountant,
sucks.
you're an attorney. You have to do everything.
Well,
But
I
you-
actually pay some people for that stuff.
Well, yeah, yeah, you have to either do it yourself or get help.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
No,
And I know you from your work with the Great AV Nation. I think we've definitely had a beer or two together at the AV Nation gatherings at the
No idea what
events.
you're talking about. I was having tea with Kelly.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I was the bad one. Kelly's always drinking the tea, and I'm always with the beer.
Yeah, I don't ever drink beer ever.
And you've done a lot of work with them over the years, an integral part.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Tim here. Was it last week or the week before? My weeks are all blending together. I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Tim was here, I think, probably right after we sold the company. So that's kind of been a big change of all of a sudden, I'm like, I don't have to worry about Tim anymore. That's nice. I still worry about Tim, because kind of a nice guy. I do worry about Matt, but he's in Canada, so there's really nothing I can do about it. And of course, we all worry about George, but Tim, although I am starting to worry about Tim because his oldest is now starting to drive.
Oh, wow.
So I had the fun of listening to Tim explain to them how to drive in Chicago on their way to AV3 on Wednesday.
Oh,
I think
geez.
I aged 5 years.
Oh, I'm hoping that they get the robot driving good soon, because I'm not a good driver. I should.
They have the Domino's. They have the Domino's pizza one.
Yeah, they need that for me.
I think it's called like Nero or something. It's so cool. I can't wait till it comes to Dallas.
I just don't want to leave my house because it's hot outside and it's
God, I hear
relatively
ya.
comfy.
Yeah, I was one of those people with the pandemic. It's like, I'm still okay being inside. I don't know. I was one of the rare ones.
None of us
Although-
leave and go anywhere.
We did go out for breakfast today for like the first time in an hour and a half in a year and a half. And it was like,
Wow.
ooh, this is what it's like.
I haven't yet. I haven't been to a restaurant yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
I've been to several, but I've been vaccinated for a while. We got vaccinations here pretty early in Texas, so that was nice.
Yeah. Florida vaccinated me twice already. The Pfizer one definitely kicked my butt.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of getting vaccinated and back to the office, let's go to our
Ooh.
corporate boardroom. I love this, right? Isn't this nice?
It looks so legit.
Right? Doesn't it look good? So let's talk back to
I've
the
heard on the
office,
TV.
right? So at Advisist, your new consulting firm is, I'm guessing a lot of people are coming to you and saying, we need help. We're going back to the office, but not really. And some of us are, and some of us aren't, and we need to change the way we do things. Is that a big part of what you're involved with now, or?
That's not like my core focus, but I am getting a whole lot of calls from people because I've been telecommuting and working with, companies around the world that don't actually exist. Like AV Nation, we didn't have an office for the first 5 years. It was all virtual. When I was working at Harman, I had no one who worked on my team in the same time zone, and quite often not in the same country. So I've just been used to using the online tools to function. And I think that's been the biggest change, is people are actually starting to listen to some of these ideas. Like as you were talking about the Polycom stuff, that's a huge thing of being able to see not just the person you're talking with, but the rest of the room, to be able to read the room. It's one of the reasons, even at home, I use an owl just because people are like, wow, I'm like, well, lets everyone else see the room. But I think those are the big things. I also think the challenge that's going to come up, and I've told this to a lot of people, is the hybrid workplace is going to take a lot of discipline. because if two people are in the same room and they have a sidebar and someone else is on the long end of the phone, it's kind of a problem. And that's the problem that's been happening in higher ed for years. With remote learning, they found that you get a higher retention rate if no one is in the classroom, so that the instructor only talks to the TV, or sorry, to the camera, and doesn't interact with the people in the room, because then you don't miss the off the cuff comments that come in the side and things like that. But yeah, there's been a lot of, how do we make this better and easier for all sorts of things?
You know what I just discovered? So I was up in Minnesota visiting my mom for a couple weeks, and we got one of those, and her friend was talking about the Facebook portal, which is really cool. Like, basically you can set it, like, we can have breakfast together and it feels like we're actually there because it shows the whole room and zooms in and out.
Yep.
And the audio actually sounds pretty good. And they were only $100. So she got one and I got one, and like, it's totally legit. And the only thing I don't like about it is that it has to stay plugged in. Like, we're so used to being mobile with things. And there's probably a more expensive version that is like wireless, but I was really impressed. I was like, holy crap, this is like, and it's easy for people that aren't really good at technology. So
and
you need one you can stick on the back of a Roomba all year round.
Oh my God.
That's I think going to be my next thing is, a virtual presence like a Beam. But no, but I think that's exactly the point. Is it's now gotten to the point of doing this across the internets is a thing. I will also clearly say, to Kelly's point, it's the fact that they made it easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's nothing miraculous about it.
It's really easy. It's a little difficult to get your photos on there, but other than that, like, it's literally, you just press the button, the video comes up, and voila, there's my 71-year-old mother.
Yeah. And we were using FaceTime with my mom for the same reason.
Yeah. My mom gets FaceTime. She doesn't call me on audio anymore. It's always FaceTime.
I know, it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's adorable.
It's when I was traveling for Harmon, it was the only way Jennifer and I stayed in touch. There about 10 of the years I was gone more than I was home. And so to me, it's like, this is the way you do it. This is how you travel and get along. And I think the technology is amazing. And as people pick up more and more that it can be used effectively, I think that will help. Also, just like we're doing here, having video is an amazing part because you can see people getting bored, getting fidgety, leave the room and maybe put up a still of themselves for a couple minutes, things like that.
You could do that?
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Oh my God.
In Zoom, you just turn off your video and it says...
Oh, no, I got better than that.
No, but like, you could do a screenshot of your face on the call and then just turn off your video and leave that.
Kelly, I once recorded a 30-second loop of myself going like this. And I have this one meeting I have every week that sometimes just goes long and just gets off. And I was wearing the same shirt and I just switched to it and no one noticed it. And it was just me for like on a loop. Just.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
I'll send it to you. I still have it.
Let's have a staring contest, Kelly.
How is this? What?
Well, no,
this
see
so
that now
amazing.
this, you'll get caught. It'll be like, hey, come on. But you can always say, I think my video's freezing up. My bandwidth.
If I had known we were going to do this, I have a backup camera that I loop to QLab so I can do exactly that and queue it up. And then I put on my Bluetooth headset so I can hear when they talk to me.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I love that.
Yeah.
That's better.
Nerds. We're all nerds.
Yeah.
But one thing, going back to the portal thing, what I like most about it is the name, because I think people still think video. I think video's proven itself over the pandemic. A lot of people live their lives over video, and it worked, and we got through it all and everything. But it still seems like a technology. We're going to use video conferencing. I'm going to make a video conferencing call, as opposed to a portal. That's like a
portal into your life.
Yeah, a magical portal to your mom. You're not making a video call to your mom. You're opening a portal, and she's on the other side of the thing. You know, it's connected.
Yeah.
It's like a video. They always say they're going to make video walls, and I always see demos of video walls. And there's always a few small companies that have some really cool stuff at Infocom and Enterprise Connect, where it's not a video call. It's just a big screen on a wall. But the way it's set up so that people be the right size, so it looks like we're just walking up a video window. It looks like we're just walking up to a window.
Right.
And
Yeah, I remember
everyone
seeing
loves those. Everyone loves those, but you never see them. They haven't caught on yet.
Right.
And I think part of it is that it's not easy. It's like, so I've been trying to make my back screen change sizes as I change size, which I know you can do with a more powerful switcher than what I have. But when I zoom in on my head and the back wall stays the same, it kind of spoils the illusion. I think those are the things that people are missing. But I do think the video portal is becoming an appliance is the key to this.
Yeah.
As I've said, none of this is new.
Mhm.
It's just new packaging.
But it seems to be what people. It seems to be that the technology is now ready. Like you guys both said, it's easy enough, and the people are ready.
Right.
I think people are like, okay, yeah, I'll get on video. I mean, it used to be hard. I remember my sister when I was first getting into this industry. I'm like, I got an account to this video call thing. Here's the link. Open up your computer and call me. She's like, I don't want to download a bunch of stuff on my computer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm your brother. This is what I do for a living now. And she's like, yeah, but last time I got a virus, I tried something. I'm like, it took her forever to convince her to do video, and now it's just like, you send someone a Google Calendar invite with a link, and they're in.
And you're good to go.
And
Okay.
I do think the unified messaging definitely helps with this. I've just stopped doing phone calls only if it can be avoided. You know, it's getting into the habit.
I do like phone calls though, because then I can get laundry done.
I like phone calls with Kelly.
That's why I have the still.
Like most people, I don't like phone calls. Yeah, because if you do a phone call, you know they're doing that. Usually I hate phone calls because usually you call people and what they're doing is they're looking at their email, they're watching something on TV, they're reading Reddit, they're not listening to you, and then you get that feeling. I've been talking for like a good 45 seconds and no one said anything, and you go, right, person? And they go, I'm sorry, can you repeat that? You're like, oh. But with Kelly, she calls you on the phone when she's doing something that doesn't require her concentration, like laundry or she's out taking a walk or something. So it's a real conversation.
For me, it's so much easier to stay focused because if I'm in front of a computer, I'm just like everywhere, right?
Yeah. And that's the thing. If someone's calling me and they're like, I'm sitting in front of my computer, no. But if someone's calling me and they're like, yeah, I'm doing laundry and I want to talk to you, you know what I'm saying? That works for me.
No, I fully get it. It's the dedicated piece of equipment for that experience.
Right.
This is not you're another app that's running. This is, I am specifically talking to you. It's one of the reasons I use these for phone calls is because it takes me away from the computer. I'm actually doing something to say, yes, I'm on the phone. And I think that's a really important thing that you guys brought up is, you know, there's the difference between I'm bored, entertain me, and the let's actually talk. And
yes,
you know,
because even on this call, like I love you guys and I'm totally listening and watching, but I also have like other crap like popping up and like things happening, and I'm like,
close all that
and
stuff. How dare you?
I don't know if I have ADD or what, but like I can't help it. I'm addicted.
Who do you think you are? How dare you?
Ah,
I closed everything for you.
yeah, I put it in
Closed all my
silence mode even.
notifications. I forgot.
I don't even know how to do that. There's too many notifications. There's things beeping at me all the time. I don't know what app it's from.
I demand complete attention.
Shoot. Then call me. Then call me.
It's like Tinkerbell. You know, when Tinkerbell doesn't get enough attention, she dies. That's a big guilt trip to put on people. When
That's
Tinkerbell
what
was
it
like,
is?
remember Peter Pan?
Yeah,
Of course.
but everyone had
And
to,
Tinkerbell was like,
clap.
everyone clap for me or I will die. And everyone's like, oh my God, we better clap for Tinkerbell.
I don't remember that.
No,
That's exactly how it went.
That's terrible.
Isn't it? That's what I'm saying. But also that's me.
yeah. I'm the one sitting there going, good, die.
I always thought that was the whole Peter Pan thing was weird, but that's getting way off topic.
And I'm just like, I just want to watch Hook over and over again.
Is that the one with Robin Williams?
And Julia Roberts is Tinkerbell.
And
Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin
as,
Hoffman.
Oh, that's right.
All right, this conversation is starting to become a
Also,
pub conversation, right?
guys, guess what I watched last night?
What'd you watch last night?
That's too wide open to comment on.
Okay, it's the best Christmas movie ever.
Die Hard.
That would either be Elf or National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I watched Gremlins.
Oh, nice. Oh, but that has a dark thing in it, right? Out of nowhere, you're like, is this part of this movie? What's going on here?
It's so good. I didn't realize it's almost 2 hours. But yes,
Wow.
if you haven't watched it in a while, it was quite nice.
Yes, back when we had attention spans.
There's a lot of holes in it, but
Don't feed them after midnight.
don't feed them after midnight. Don't get them wet.
Was the girl in it the same girl from Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
No, but the guy is
Phoebe Cates?
Judge, whatever.
Judge Reinhold?
Yes, that guy.
Yeah.
It's not Phoebe Cates?
It could be. I don't know. I haven't watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High in so long. Although it makes me want pizza.
See, I have the entire internet here, so I'm typing it in while pretending I'm paying attention to you.
I don't have pizza, but I have sushi and martinis.
According to this, yes, you are correct with Phoebe Gates.
Yeah, so if you're bored this weekend, David, pop up some Gremlins. It doesn't disappoint. Like a lot of older movies, like Willow, that disappointed as an
Really?
adult.
It didn't hold up.
Yeah.
It didn't hold up, but Gremlins does. Now we have to watch Gremlins 2, and I hear there might be a Gremlins 3 coming out.
Was Gremlins 2 good?
Well, there's a woman gremlin.
That's
all I
still
heard.
didn't answer the question.
That's all I remember.
But they reproduce by just putting water on them. They don't have gender. There's no boy gremlins.
That's all I know.
That's all
That's
you
all I
know.
know.
Suspend your disbelief. It's
It
kind of
was-
like watching Wonder Woman 1985 and going, sure, our golden lasso can work on clouds to keep her from falling as she's going across Washington, D.C. You know,
I
there's just
haven't
a certain
seen that
amount
yet.
of, I believe.
I didn't hear good things about that one, which makes me sad because I love Wonder Woman and I wanted it to be good, but everyone
Never
was
seen
saying
any of them.
Best thing about Wonder Woman is for Tim Albright, I rented out a theater for a private showing for Christmas because he was in Florida then.
oh, that's
And the
fun.
best thing about it
That is
was there were
fun.
10 of us in the theater. And at an hour and a half in, they paused the movie for us because it was digital playback. So we could all make a
A
bio
restroom
break and then come
Oh.
back. Because like she comes up, she goes, this is a good time to pause. Oh yeah, let's
Oh
do
my
it.
God. That's so
Wow,
funny.
rock star treatment.
Hey, I've just nothing but the best for Tim.
That's cool. I want to try to see the Loki this weekend, the new Loki show.
Oh yeah. I will not give you any
Don't
spoilers.
spoiler,
I don't
but it's
know what
supposed to be
that
really good. Loki's the bad guy in the Thor movies, and they gave him his own series,
Oh, no kidding.
I'm not sure if he's the bad guy so much as
the Nemesis.
chaotic neutral.
I want to see The Quiet Place #2.
I didn't see the first one. That's the
Oh
one
my
with Jim
God.
from The Office.
It's so good.
Do you watch The Office?
Of course. Who doesn't?
It's on
I don't.
all the time.
I don't.
I honestly have
It's
not
hard not to watch
seen
it.
more than one episode.
Really?
It's really good.
Really?
It is actually really good. It's stupid humor, but it makes me anything that makes me giggle, I feel like is good.
Yeah.
It's this weird thing. It's kind of like it got to the point, as a friend of mine says, it's like Game of Thrones. You have to watch it. You must watch this. And the more people were telling me I had to watch it,
The less you want to.
the less I wanted to, just to be obstinate. But at that time when it was coming out, I was traveling so much that I just was either out with clients or I did the rule of I'm reading a book. I'm not turning on the hotel video, just so
Oh.
my brain didn't go to complete mush.
I really struggled with Game of Thrones. I watched I think I watched the first 2 seasons, but it was so much work to keep track of everyone.
Yeah.
I had to have my phone like available so I
felt
could
dumb. Game
I
of
could
Thrones
do
made me feel dumb.
Game of Thrones wiki so I could keep
Yeah.
everyone straight and understand what was going on. And then I just shut it off and probably turned on The Office.
I
I'm-
haven't seen an episode. It's like I read The Girl with the Spider Tattoo, and it's based in Sweden, and I had to keep looking up. Okay, this is the town name. Is it the same
Yeah.
town as this town over here? Just because
It
a
is
different language, but it became really tiring.
true. Yes.
I couldn't keep up with the Game of Thrones. And
Challenging our brains.
then I was like, okay, I'm gonna get them all. Like I'm gonna set aside a time to watch them. I'm gonna catch up. I'm like so many seasons behind. And then they put out the last episode, and everyone's like, it's so bad that you should stop. Like if you should go back in time and unlike any of them that you previously liked. Like it's so
Oh,
bad you have to
that's
hate
so
every
sad.
was it the last season or the last episode or something that they said was so bad. Like everyone's like, what
no
happened?
idea.
It's one of those things from what I heard is it was kind of like the Star Wars wrap up of throwing everything that they think people want to see, but also it was filmed, or sorry, not filmed, video recorded dark. So if you didn't have a high definition video display,
you couldn't even see it.
half of it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Plus, George R.R. Martin hadn't actually written that section yet. So, pure
Had to
fantasy.
make it up.
Yeah.
It's not real unless he writes it.
Yeah.
True.
So now I don't want to watch it because it's like it's going to be a disappointment when I get to that last season.
I don't have that problem.
Kelly's trying to get the martini.
Ooh, sushi.
Failing. I know. Oh, we did good.
So any other news in the AV world?
I think the big thing that's going on in the AV world is me personally, and I don't even have to give the disclaimer, it's my company now. I can say this is what I think, is I'm finding a lot more stratification or siloing happening across the industry.
What does that mean?
And it's happened, I'll give you an example. If you read AV in the AM, it's very much corporate based. If you look at HETMA, it's very much higher ed, and it's in their name. But like for me, looking for engineered sound that's, stadiums and theme parks, there's TEA for theme parks, but it's not quite the same thing. And when I have said comments like sometimes analog is a better solution than digital, it's like, well, you don't understand the industry and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you're just talking about this industry. And I'm talking about a 500-seat house of worship where running an 8-pair snake is perfectly fine. But that to me has been a big change. I think it's because of COVID, everyone got hyper-focused on their core competencies, and that's
I would
changed it.
believe that. I would believe that.
I also think the chip shortage, people are beginning to understand just how reliant we are all now on
Chips.
chips.
Yes, that supply chain thing is a huge issue.
That keeps coming up, right?
Yeah.
Anyone we talk to on the show who's anywhere in the industry, they're suffering from it in one way or
Screwed.
another.
Yeah. And what's interesting is to hear all the reasons it's happening. And I'm like, I don't really quite believe all of those. Oh, it's because of the Suez Canal. No, that
Suez
1 week
Canal.
is not going to set us back this much.
That was crazy. Did you remember when the boat got stuck sideways in the canal? I love that. I'm not supposed to like that. That was terrible, but I was so happy.
I'm
I
looking
can't
at that
explain
going,
why, but I was like, this is the best thing that's ever happened.
It's one of those moments where I'm like, yep, we've become too smart for ourselves.
Uh-huh.
And
okay
then
with
that
that.
one little truck trying to push it out, I was dying. It's like we have to, like 2 days later, like they sent out a crew, and it was this one dude with this little shovel truck. Like you think the world would be sending like military helicopters and everything to get that? It was like 2 guys with a shovel and 1 dude with a truck.
And
I
then one
lost
garden
it. I
hose.
lost my mind.
Yeah.
The
That's
best.
awesome. I love it.
I'm like, I don't care if my stuff's late.
It's still
Nerd.
it's weird. But the stratification's been, to me, has been as much of an issue as the silicone chips. I think people just, this is the area I know and this is where I can make money. So this is where I'm going to stay.
There's nothing wrong with that, though. At least they're picking something and not saying that they can do everything.
No, I agree with that, but I think the concern I have is it's like we all like ice cream, but that person likes strawberry ice cream, so they're not really an ice cream lover. They're just ice cream adjacent. It's like they're having gelato or sherbet. No, it's still ice cream.
I like all of those.
Yeah, those
Exactly.
all sound good. I think some of it is just marketing. I mean, a
Yeah.
microphone's a microphone, and the fact that, well, if I'm going to set up a church, I need to go to the AV for religion place that has specific church microphones, and if I'm setting up a bar, I need to go to the AV for rock star bars to get, and it's the same technology in slightly different microphones with different labels
Right.
on them. And it's like, can't we just have arena equipment? But
Mhm.
no. This is for a church. You got to get one of these churchy microphones. They market it that way. It's a
Churchy
complete.
microphone.
There's a religion. There's a church segment, and there's a bar segment, and there's a.
Yeah.
And
Now, I agree with the segments because we did that a lot when I was at Harmon. But the biggest thing is like a console. If you're doing a console for a church, typically it's volunteers, so you're going to make it simpler.
Right.
But then that exact same console was great for Guitar Center
True.
and great for education. It's simply take
That's
out the
all.
word house of worship and put in school. Take out
exactly. Same
chapel,
microphones, same
put in
speakers, same
gymatorium.
cameras. Exactly.
Right.
And it would make things much simpler on the industry and on sales and everything if we just did it that way. But it's much better for marketing. If I was at a school and I was going to outfit the gym, I would want to go to the company that when I go to their website it says microphones for gyms.
Yeah.
Yes, totally.
And
But
that's
it's
like
silly.
that was half the job. It was learning how to speak the customer's language. Because I can tell you, yeah, it's got great color depth and this and that, and it's Rec 2020 instead of P3, and you're going to look at me and go, huh? But if I say, you're going to see all the colors that you see on your digital camera when you take a picture on your iPhone, oh yeah, that's what I got to buy.
Yeah. The people in the pews will look good.
Yeah.
Right. That's they want you to speak their language. All right.
Yeah.
I've been feeling teased for like an hour and a half now because Kelly has a final thought for the week,
I do.
and she
Well,
sounds
this
it sounds
works
like it's a
for me.
good
Pay
one.
attention.
Now I got to just make sure I don't screw it up. Yes. So this final thought is based
Wait.
on,
Are we ready to go to the? We got to go to.
I don't know.
Okay. Here we go. Hold on. Zooming in from outer space to the smartest place in the universe, Mount Wisdom. I hope I set this up right. Yay!
Yay. Okay. So today's final thought is based on a blog interview I did yesterday with Access Networks. And this blew my mind. Okay. So I got to pull it up because I can't remember it exactly. But regardless of how many, like, if you have the number, okay, this is a password thing. So if you only have 4 characters, and that could include a combination of numbers, special characters, uppercase, lowercase letters. If you only have 4 characters, a hacker can basically decipher it instantaneously. Okay. But if you have 17 characters with numbers, letters, uppercase, lowercase, and symbols, it will take 93 trillion years.
Wow.
So
More is better.
more is better. More is definitely better. So make really good passwords, guys, and don't share your Wi-Fi password with anyone.
And because I am that nerd, Kelly, great point. There's a piece of free software for Mac and also runs on Android called Master Password.
Yep.
And it generates those 17 character codes on the fly. So you don't have to worry about losing your password as long as you can remember your one passcode, which, Go Bears is what mine is, just to harass Tim. Oh, that's not secure anymore. But
Well, yeah, I forgot my last password, so I have to
I use LastPass
open
as
a new
well.
one. But
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I-
I can't remember what I had for breakfast, so I'm not going to remember my
Yeah.
17-digit passwords.
and
fair
that's
enough.
why I like MasterPass is because I put their website up on my website as long as I know my master passcode, I don't need the app.
All right. Well,
Perfect.
MasterPass, if you're looking for a podcast to sponsor, you could reach us at Let's Do Video.
Right.
Thank you,
All
Brad, for
right.
being here. Kelly, you're awesome as always. And thank
Have
you
a great
for
weekend,
our
everyone.
viewers, people in chat. You rock.
Thanks,
We will
Bradford.
see you next week. Yay.
Bye, everybody.
Woo. Good job, guys.
Yay.